Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am reviewing the Murad Rapid Relief Acne Sulfur Mask, which looks like this. This is one of Murad's newest releases, and two of them were sent to me as part of PR a little bit over a month ago. I gifted the other one to a coworker, and I do want to mention as well that I am not getting paid to share my thoughts with you all today. If you are new here, my name is Nadia and I'm a licensed esthetician who loves to test and review skincare products. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you do not miss any future uploads. Murad describes this as a triactive mask with sulfur, salicylic acid, and Australian peat. It instantly reduces oil and fast tracks pimple and blackhead reduction in 3 uses. You can find this at Murad.com, Sephora, and Ulta. It will be linked for you down below. The 2.5 ounce unit retails for $44. Murad suggests that you apply an even layer of the Rapid Relief Acne Sulfur Mask onto clean, dry skin. You want to leave this on for up to 10 minutes, rinse and pat dry. You do want to use this 2 to 3 times per week. If it's in your skincare arsenal, you also want to follow this with the Murad Clarifying Water Gel. I will link my review to that up above in case you missed it, or in case you're looking for an acne controlling water-based moisturizer. If used during the day, you want to make sure that you follow it with an SPF. Pro tip here from someone who has used this well over a handful of times now: apply a very thin layer as opposed to a thick mask-like layer. You do want to make sure that it's an even layer, because if it's too thick, it takes a while to rinse off. I think the thinnest application that I have done of this mask was in the demo today, and that made it so much easier to remove. So thin, even layer. We do see a nice mix of some of the best ingredients available alongside some pretty good ingredients alongside 2 potential sensitizers. If you are new to sulfur or sensitive to sulfur, please consider doing a patch test prior to purchasing or using directly on your face. Sulfur is an antifungal and antibacterial ingredient. Sulfur is an ingredient that I first saw in esthetician school, as we had a sulfur-based mask in our treatment room. I also used a sulfur mask once I entered the professional world, and some would also suggest that you use sulfur if benzoyl peroxide, azelaic, and salicylic acid did not work out for you, since it can be a bit sensitizing. Sulfur works best when it is paired with salicylic acid, as we see in this formulation. And then we do see 5% sulfur. I believe that Murad still has their clarifying mask, which I think is 4% sulfur. Salicylic acid is an anti-acne, anti-aging, blackhead-reducing beta-hydroxy acid. It is an oil-loving acid that exfoliates inside each pore to minimize breakouts, congestion, and blackheads. We also see kaolin clay that aids in the removal of excess oil and shine. I first used this on August 11th to hopefully heal a massive breakout that I was dealing on my forehead from skin picking. If you have seen my last couple of videos, you may have been privy to the massive amount of breakouts that I was having here, only worsened by my skin picking. Redness and inflammation was minimized after first use. After use, I was surprised at how soft my skin felt after use. Easy to wash off again if you apply a thin layer. I expected this mask to make me feel excessively dry after use, but I was wrong. In fact, my skin felt balanced throughout the week. On August 18th, I once again use this to help clear out the forehead breakouts. There was no inflammation or redness visible, but I wanted to further deep clean all pores since I'd been out and about in the summer sun, and I had been using a sunscreen, specifically the Lancer sunscreen, that kind of makes skin feel a little suffocating. It is a thicker sunscreen formulation, and it can be a little bit hard to remove. So I wanted to just kind of deep clean the pores after using that that SPF for my workouts. And this mask, as this mask dries, I also noted that it doesn't feel excessively tight, but it is a little bit hard to kind of like express yourself if you need to express yourself or talk. August 25th, I noted that once again, I used this to prevent hormonal breakouts as my cycle was about to end. I followed it with the Peter Thomas Roth mask, this one right over here, to infuse some hydration back into the skin. Definitely love this combo. So whenever I have extra time, if I do use this, I will follow it with this. I did not do that after I filmed today's demo. I will hopefully continue using this right before Flo comes into town to help minimize breakouts, because as you can see, I am experiencing some hormonal activity here where it is normal to see that. The following day, which would make this 8/26, I noted that the blemish that I had already come to a head. So I would recommend this to all skin types dealing with breakouts, congested pores, and for those trying to prevent monthly breakouts. On August 29th, I used it once again to keep the same breakouts at bay, and I like this mask. And what I do like about this mask is that it has minimized congestion along the chin and the nose area here. Last year, I was obsessed with the Bondi Sands clay mask because it just gave my forehead, my skin, just the most amazing glow, and it really soothed and minimized overall redness. They do, however, differ in the sense that the Murad mask contains sulfur and salicylic acid, whereas I felt like the Bondi Sands mask was in fact clay-based, and it also contained more skin soothers and redness reducers. There was no salicylic acid in that formula or sulfur. So I tend to reach for clay masks when Flo comes to town or during spring, summer, very early fall, and I do think that I prefer the Murad mask because it contains more acne fighting ingredients. And I do feel that, one, I'm anxiously picking at my skin, so I'm creating breakouts for myself, and alongside these hormonal breakouts, I am having to reach a lot more for something like this. From use, I have noticed less congestion throughout despite using a richer, buttery nighttime cream recently. Redness and inflammation is in fact minimized. Pores appear smaller, feel cleaner, all of this without excessively drying my skin. Because I have normal skin, after the first time I used this mask, I did make sure to follow it with a hydrating gel based mask. My favorite way to use this, has been during the evening after removing my makeup with the FARMACY strawberry shortcake, and then cleansing with the IS Clinical Complex. Again, I'd apply a very thin layer, let it sit for the 10 minutes, remove, and then follow it with the Peter Thomas Roth hydrating mask after misting some thermal water over the skin to increase hydration and really truly soothe the skin. I do like to do a hydrating predominantly hyaluronic acid based skincare routine after using this. And again, I have normal skin that typically just deals with breakouts when I am anxious or flow comes to town. I would recommend this to first anyone who can of course tolerate sulfur. Feel free to use. If you are not sure about how your skin does with sulfur, do make sure that you again perform a patch test. But anyone with problem, acne prone, oily skin, this is for you. It's got those antimicrobial, anti-acne, skin soothing ingredients, which thick acne prone skin can definitely benefit from. Again, congested, oily, textured skin, this is for you. This can be used by all skin types. Oily, acne-prone skin can probably tolerate this up to those 3 times a week, whereas normal skin types like me can probably tolerate this max 2 times per week. I love that this is a non-drying clay mask, and I love that this pairs salicylic acid, kaolin, clay sulfur. This makes this a results-driven mask for oily, acne-prone skin. And this does include sulfur without the bad odor, so it does smell a little bit like eucalyptus extract, and I feel like that eucalyptus extract perhaps gives it that little bit of a cooling and soothing sensation as well. There are no drying alcohols within this formula, which is excellent, and the packaging here of course facilitates the application process. I do not like clay masks in jars. I like them in a tube like this. The con here is, of course, the sulfur and eucalyptus extract can be sensitizers and or irritants. I am going to rate the Murad Rapid Relief Acne Sulfur Mask a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this clay mask by Murad here, and I love that even I, someone with normal skin, can give this a go to combat those hormonal breakouts. So let me know if you have used this product by Murad in the comments down below. What were your results? Would you recommend this to others? Let us discuss in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching and for spending some time with me today. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It really helps the algorithm here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!